For the last time this year, Madim L'Simchat to everyone. Let me thank our weekly sponsors, Sandy and Steve Gratko, Le'ish Sandy's father, Moshe Shalom ben Shmuel. All Hashem was Yartzeit is tomorrow in Shvi Shal Pesach, Mishom Shvan Aliyah. Thank also Gila Yitzstern sponsoring Le'ish Gila's father, Mordechai Yeshua ben Alta Chaim Binyamin, all Shalom. Thank Linda Margrumem sponsoring Le'ish Mark's father, Reuben ben Chaim, all Shalom. Chaya and Yoful sponsoring Linishmat, their beloved son Hillel, Al Vashom ben Yaakov Sheyichya, and as a schut for their son Binyamin, fighting valiantly with our troops up north. Hashem should protect them and all our soldiers and civilians also. And thank also Chaim Joshua tell me the birth of their grandson, Gabriel Tzvi Pentiliat. He should live and be well. So Shvi Shal Pesach brings us to a very fascinating machloket in the Gemara Sota, Daf Lamed Vav Amid Bet Lamed Zayin Amid Aleph. So very famously, we know that Nachshon ben Aminadav was the one who jumped into the sea, walking into the sea with up to his neck, and then as the pasuk says in Tehillim, Bo Mayim ad Nofesh, he cried to Hashem, I can't go anymore, I'm going to drown, and that's when the sea split. That's what we know, but the Gemara tells a different tale altogether, with a machloket as to, in fact, who entered the sea first. And Rabbi Meir said that when the Jewish people were at the sea, the tribes were minatzchim zeh im zeh. They were competing with one another. Zeh omer ani yarei tchil yom. I'm going to descend into the sea first. V'zeh omer ani yarei tchil yom. The other saying, no, I'm going to go first. They're arguing with each other who's going first. In the course of the argument, Kafatz Shifta Shel Binyamin, the tribe of Binyamin, went down into the sea, and they were rewarded with the territory of Binyamin being, in the language of the Gemara, Ushpizchan Legvura, the host to the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the Holy of Holies in the Beit HaMikdash. According to Rabbi Meir, it was a tribe, the tribe of Binyamin, that jumped into the sea first. Rabbi Yehuda disagreed, and Rabbi Yehuda said that's not what happened. Rather, each tribe argued with each other. Ze omer, ein ani yoreh tchila liyom. I'm not going to be the first. And the other said, I'm not going to be the first. Until kafatz Nachshon ben Aminadav, v'yarad liyom tchila. Until Nachshon, the Nasi, the prince of the tribe of Judah, as an individual, jumped into the sea first. Well, we'll get back to the machlok in a second, but one thing stands out. What's the machloket? Each tribe saying, I'll be the first, and the other saying, I'm not going to be the first. One way to look at it, it's the relative merits of the group that acts versus the individual that acts. So very often, people find comfort in what a group of people do, and therefore there's security in that. And so here they're arguing who's going into the sea first. So they're relying on each other almost, but each is hesitant. According to Rabbi Yehuda, groups have a tendency to inhibit individual initiative, and therefore it could not be a group that did it. It had to be an individual. And for that matter, whatever a group does, it's always people who do it at the end. It's the individual within the group who leads, like Nachshon did, and therefore the group follows. The Me'am Loez, the famous Medrash, had a very interesting pshat that Yehuda and Binyamin were arguing which tribe is the most worthy to have the sea split in their merit. With Binyamin saying, I'm the most worthy because I'm the only, God said, Daber b'nei Yisrael, speak to the children of Israel, and it was only Binyamin who literally was a Ben Yisrael, meaning all the other tribes were born when Yaakov was Yaakov. It was only Binyamin who was born after Yaakov became Yisrael. So he said he's the one who's most worthy. On the other hand, Yehuda argued that Binyamin was the youngest tribe, and it's the responsibility, the prerogative of the tribe of leadership, Yehuda, to be the one who sets the tone. And that was the nature of the argument. But we still don't understand what is the substance of the argument. What's the conceptual point over which they disputed? And here's a very interesting shot I said many years ago. Well, it was interesting to me at the time. The point at issue was, whence do we derive our national identity? What makes us into a nation? According to Binyamin, our national identity is derived first and foremost by our connection to our ancestors, that we're B'nai Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov. And in that sense, Binyamin was the most perfected uh, result, offspring of those individuals, because he was a Ben Yisrael. First, we were a nation, and then we were given ideas. According to Yehuda, it was the exact opposite. We're people of ideas first. We became a nation in Egypt without a land, without a Torah, without without any historical background to us. We had no indicia of a nation when we were in the exile of Egypt. And Yehuda said, you see, therefore, what made us a nation is our connection to Hashem. We are bound to serve our Creator. Hayta Yehuda likacho. Yehuda was the sanctuary of God. And therefore, after that, we became a nation in the land of Israel. Who was right? They're both right. We're both a religion and a nation, a point I return to so frequently because it still confounds the nations of the world. We're a nation and a religion, not just a nation and not just a religion. Some who see us just as a nation and therefore they disengage from the Torah, they can't understand why we're in the land of Israel. And those who see us just as a religion, who do the mitzvot between us and God and lack the 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 foundation of being a nation, they've missed out. They even ignore or deny the role that our nation plays in history, the state of Israel is playing today. We are both. And so the essence of Pesach is V'lakachtechem li la'am, v'itlechem l'Elokim, will be a nation, but God's nation. Chag Sameach.